and today I'm going to talk about some really important websites that have so much information, and it will answer a lot of your questions if you're moving to the area. It will actually answer a lot of questions if you already live here. I learned a lot, and I've been here 10 years. The first thing I think a lot of people think about when they move to the area is schools. If you have kids and you are trying to get into a specific school, you want a school that rates really high, you might have a child with a disability that needs that extra help. Greatschools.org is a great website to find all this information. You can search by test scores, you can search by rating, you can search by parent reviews. You can search pre-K, middle, elementary, high school, you can search them all. It will also give you parent reviews, which I think is interesting. Sometimes it's not interesting because a lot of the time people only give reviews if they're mad. But there are some schools that have some really great reviews. It'll also give you the demographics. It talks about the teachers and staff. Also on this website, which I thought was really interesting, is if you scroll to the bottom, it will tell you about the homes for sale in that area. So I thought that was very helpful. Another thing that you want to think about when you move to Fayetteville is crime. There is a website called neighborhoodscout.com that will give you all of the crime rates in all of the neighborhoods in Fayetteville. There's a color coding to how serious the crimes have been. It'll tell you when they happened, where they happened. So that's some really important information. The website also will give you some lists, which I thought was interesting. It tells you the most expensive neighborhoods. It'll tell you the best appreciating neighborhoods. It'll tell you where the most popular neighborhoods are. So it just gathers up all that information and just shares that with you. So that is another really good place to look for information. I found a magazine when I was walking out of the VA hospital the other day called the Relocation Guide. And you can go on their website, I'll share that with you, and you can order an actual paper guide. Some people like to have that paper or that magazine and they like to make marks. You can order one for Hoke, Harnett, Lee, Moore, Cumberland. You can order them for any of the counties surrounding Fort Bragg and Fayetteville. So you're covered. It has churches, hospitals, schools. It'll share with you moving tips. Pretty much has everything in there that you need. You can get a downloaded option or you can get a paper option. The last site I want to tell you about is FayettevilleNC.gov. I found so much information on there. I don't live in Fayetteville, but if I did, this would definitely be on my bookmark, on my bookmark bar. It has a community section where it tells you about things to do. I'm sorry, I have a visitor. It tells you things to do, where to look for jobs. It tells you how to get around as far as the buses and the trains. It'll give you a list of the parks and the recreation buildings. It also has a section called How Do I? I looked through that, and some of the things that I found interesting were, how do you find, say, recycling? How do you find libraries? How do you find parking? Another section said report. How do you report a downed tree? How do you report a water main break? How do you report animal control issues? And it talked about request. How do you request garbage pickup? How do you request graffiti cleanup? How do you request water and sewer? So FayettevilleNC.gov is definitely a site with so much information. You can find everything and anything you need there. Again, thanks for joining me today, and stay tuned for next week's video. Have a great evening.